His voice alone has inspired legions of modern R&B superstars. His songs are treasured among loyal followers and newfound fans alike. His classic style and unparalleled presence has secured his position as one of the greatest performers around. And with his triumphant return as a solo artist, Charlie Wilson, lead singer of the Gap Band, has given everyone, young and old, a whole new reason to cross any existing boundaries between every generation of music entertainment.
It feels like
An awesome entertainer above all else, Charlie Wilson's signature delivery of song is probably his most unique and recognizable talent.
When I was a young boy, I used to watch my father preach in church, and my father used to just be everywhere, from the pulpit all through the church, and he would just be literally walking benches and laying hands on people, and he would just run all over the church, and I watched that as a kid growing up, and I basically always wanted to be like my father, so I think I adapted most of that energy level from him.
In the late 70s, at a time when artists began to venture outside the previously established boundaries of rhythm and blues, Charlie and the Gap Band stood tall amongst their musical peers. By creating soulful themes and melodies, then splicing them with funk-infested bass lines, space-age keyboard effects, and relentless drum kicks, an entirely new sound was born, and the legendary Gap Band reigned supreme. Sensational songs like Oops, Upside Your Head, You Dropped a Bomb on Me, and Outstanding, accompanied by an otherworldly energized stage show, propelled the Gap Band to the top of the charts and proved Charlie's ability to cross countless musical boundaries and become one of the most influential leaders of funk R&B fusion of the era. Now, Charlie Wilson connects with an even more diverse audience with his new solo album, Bridging the Gap. On this adventurous new project, Charlie fuses the revolutionary style of modern hip-hop and R&B with his own personal style. Even while maintaining his unmatched allegiance to the old school, Charlie has been able to withstand the test of time and prove his musical relevance by remaining visible through collaborations with a multitude of new artists who look upon him as a musical mentor.
I would have to describe Charlie Wilson as electrifying. He's an incredible singer with a powerful voice, and his stage presence, his performance is incredible. Lots of energy, so I'd have to say he's electrifying.
West Coast rap superstar Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg check in with Charlie for some big pimping, while Def Soul recording artist Case lends his amazing voice to another man.
We met in St. Martin on Labor Day last year, and I was always like a big fan of his, so they surprised me. He pulled me on stage with him to perform. So from that night, we were talking about doing something together, and finally, he was almost finished the record, and he came, said he was coming to New York. We had to find a track for us to do, and we looked for months and months, trying to find like the right track, you know, that somebody did. So finally, the day before the session was scheduled for, we found one. I went in, wrote it, and we knocked it out.
I think Case really wanted to sing with me, and I really wanted to sing with him. I really like Case. He's a great entertainer. He's a good singer, and I thought the marriage would be fine.
Other lifetime admirers, including Angie Stone and Mark Nelson, who testified to Charlie's contributions to the sounds of soul music, also make stellar guest appearances on Bridging the Gap.
As far as I'm concerned, Charlie Wilson is my hero. He's number one. Not just because we work together, but because, you know, I've always admired his ability to sing, and I think he's held back so long, and it's the first time he's getting to express himself.
I always get a thrill when it comes to working in the studio with veterans, especially those who have amazing voices, you know, and Charlie Wilson by far is one of the best vocalists I've ever known. When we got in the studio, he was just, you know, kicking it to me hard like he was my uncle or something. Wise, smooth entertainer.
The energy level in every session that I did with each star was a phenomenon. I had a great time. It was awesome.
On Bridging the Gap, Charlie goes above and beyond the expectations of such a definitive title, validating the album's theme, Remember When, Remember Again.
The idea of Bridging the Gap stems from where I come from and where I'm at today. I'm just bringing the old bringing the old fans with me and snagging some new fans along the way.
Charlie easily brings the emotion and electricity of funk-inspired R&B to all new heights. With the support of new age R&B's hottest songwriters and producers, such as Laney and Tricky Stewart of Red Zone Productions, who produced 9 songs from Charlie's amazing new project. The result is an undeniable album, destined to be listed as one of the most impressive solo albums released in the new millennium. From the old school to the new school, Charlie Wilson walks uninhibited by restraints of categorized radio playlists and formats, thereby placing himself in a genre that could only be known as the true school of soul and R&B music. And with an album as sultry as it is sizzling, Charlie Wilson has once again bridged the gap between all generations, bringing listeners young and old back to the future.
I hope to bridge the gap. I hope that my fans, older fans, young fans, fans to be, I hope they get into my CD, because my CD is for the future. And it's just that good. I feel that strongly about it. And I would like for everybody to get into it, because once you start listening to it, I think you're gonna like it just as much as I did recording it.
Charlie Wilson. Remember when? Remember again.